Hello, 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 and welcome to today's Mindset Monday. I have a really short episode for you today, but it's going to be very impactful if you are someone that deals with self doubt or what we call imposter syndrome, or just not having confidence in yourself, whether it be overall and in general or in certain instances in your leadership or your profession, excuse me, your leadership or your personal life. So, this is going to be a really good episode. It's going to be short, but some good information. And then I'm going to direct you to an ultimate resource that can help you if you want to explore this topic more in detail and further with all of my top tips and tricks that took about an hour to explain. And I don't want to have you sitting here on a podcast for a whole hour or a Mindset Monday for a whole hour. So anyway, you're here at the Mindset Mondays. My name is Yashika Lynn. I'm the founder of the Lynn Group. We are high performance experts that are very passionate about teaching leaders in healthcare how to be high performers. And that doesn't mean know all the things, and it doesn't mean do all the things. What it means is you know how to perform at your peak, at your optimal level for sustained periods of time, no matter if things are crazy or chaotic or whatever. You're always on point. And guess what? It doesn't do? It doesn't sacrifice your well being, your mental health, your emotional health, all of the things. So you learn how to be a better performer primarily through becoming a different and better person in the way that you show up in your professional and personal life. And we also help organizations because we are operational strategists. We just know how to make things better, make things different, make things more innovative. So we also consult with businesses on how to do that effectively. So that's what me and my team does here at the Lynn Group. And every week we come here on Mindset Mondays and we talk about mindset tips that are going to help you. Sorry, I have the window open. We talk about mindset tips that are going to help you adopt that internal psychology that I was talking about to show up on point all of the time. Now, after you listen to this Mindset Monday, if you want more, if you're like, okay, I'm getting my mindset on point, but nobody taught me how to be a better communicator with my team, how to deal with difficult personalities, how to be more resilient, stuff like that, then head over to the new Leading in Healthcare community, because over there, we talk about, usually on Fridays, some of those practical things, those tasks that you have to perform as a leader and how to perform those more optimally. So, together with the Mindset Mondays, you have almost everything that you need to be a high performer, and it's up to you then to put it into action. So today we're going to be talking about going from self-doubt to success and how to build confidence. And one of the things that I wanted to bring up is that healthcare is highly stressful, or it can be highly stressful because of the changes and the technology and the people and the regulations and the what else do we have to deal with, the resources or the lack of resources. So in our particular line of work where we are giving, 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 and serving, 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 it's not uncommon for you to feel like you're in situations where you feel like you don't have the competence level, or you feel like you don't know what you're doing, or you feel like you're thrust into a situation where you don't have the confidence and the self. Um, you just don't feel like you belong where you are. You have no idea how many times, if it's something cool and you've been invited on an initiative or gotten a promotion, you're like, how the heck did I do this? I don't even know what I'm doing. Or, like I said, when you are having to deal with these different situations that we have to deal with, sometimes you just kind of feel like a fish out of water and like you're out of your own element. Largely and very popularly, this is called imposter syndrome. I use that term a lot, but if you go and dive into the resource that I'm going to tell you about at the end, then what you're going to see is that I don't like the name imposter syndrome, but I use it so that we can be aligned, so you know what I'm talking about, since it's such a popular term. This is something that most leaders struggle with. Actually, this is something that all leaders struggle with. However, some of us are more vocal about it than others. And because of that, those of you that feel this self-doubt or this lack of confidence, especially on a chronic level, you may think that you are abnormal because you feel that way, but I want to let you know to dispel that myth that all leaders in some way, shape, or form have felt this way or still do feel this way about certain things that they're dealing with. So it is a common mindset issue and it can be overcome. And so for today, I'm just going to give 3 quick tips and then I'm going to direct you to this resource that I have created for you in order to learn more about the topic and get some more detail on how to get help around the topic. So the first thing I want you to recognize is I want you to recognize that these feelings that you have when you are in situations that feel uncomfortable, that feel novel to you, these feelings are normal. So you're not alone. Many successful people, myself included, whenever I'm doing something that I have not done before or moving into a realm of my career or my personal life that I have not been before, I experience what is called imposter syndrome. We all do at some point in our career. So it's important to normalize it. That's the first thing that I want to share with you. Oh my gosh, this window being open. Hopefully you can't hear this. The second thing is that I want you to understand that a lot of times people that struggle with chronic self-doubt or chronic issues with their self-confidence need to understand that as a part of growth, there comes this feeling of being uncomfortable. How and the way that you gain more confidence and you start to squell self-doubt is twofold. Number one, you gain more confidence by doing things. You get more competent in what it is that you're doing, and that breeds confidence. Like a child learning to walk. When they first start walking, they're wobbly. They keep trying over and over again. They learn how it works, and then they're more confident walking. They move on to running, right? It's no different with everything that we do. So you have to understand that you don't show up with confidence in new situations, different situations, things that you've never done before. You grow to a level of confidence by growing your level of competence. And I think most people feel like they should be confident in things that they haven't done before, and that's just not true. So I want you to understand that. And the second tip that goes along with this is now, so understanding that instead of focusing on the things that you're not doing well, that you don't feel comfortable with, focus on your strengths and focus on the things that you've overcome to get you to where you are in life. Because what that shows you is that while you may feel a lack of confidence, or you may feel that you have self-doubt, you have evidence to support the fact that when you couldn't figure things out, when you thought things weren't going to turn out right, you still overcame them. So you have confidence in your ability to figure things out. You shouldn't base your confidence on these external factors or knowing all of the things. Your confidence is in you and your ability to figure it out, find the resources, ask the right questions to get the information you need to grow in your competence level, to grow in your knowledge level, which helps you to grow in your confidence level. That is what self-confident people do. They just trust themselves and their ability to be resourceful and to get something done. Not that they know all the things and, I don't know, perform better than all the people. So that's my second tip for you. And then the third tip that I have for you is to recognize that also failure is a natural part of growth and development. And you need to learn how to embrace things not going the way that you anticipated them to go as a learning opportunity to improve your skills and knowledge. One of the things that me and my husband are doing, one of the things that I do with my clients is teach them to look at their lives more objectively instead of through our flawed lens of who it is that we think that we should be, because that usually is based on, if you haven't done work around these limiting beliefs and everything that will hold you back or have you looking at yourself as this ideal self that you should be when you're never going to reach that ideal self. So therefore you are working with a flawed model. However, if you learn to look at your life more objectively, then it's like a science experiment. It's like you try something, okay, it didn't work out, you got data. And through that data, you can check and adjust whatever it is that you need to do to optimize for the next iteration. Just like you would do that in a PDSA cycle at work, just like you would see a scientist do this in a lab until they got the desired outcome, you need to start to look at your life more like that, using qualitative and quantitative data in order to help you to understand what it is that you need to learn in order to check and adjust, instead of using things that don't turn out the way that you want them to turn out as an opportunity for you to judge. So should be learning instead of judging. So those are the three things I want to share with you on today's Mindset Monday. If you apply these strategies, what you're going to see is that you're going to start to build your confidence and start to decrease the level of self-doubt, because these are some of the key principles in helping you to do that. You are qualified to do this. You're capable of doing it. You can figure things out. I have faith and confidence in you. And so what I wanted to tell you about is I have a replay of a live stream that I did about a month ago. It was an hour long, and it revealed all the juicy background behind negative self talk and how that's tied to this deeper feeling or deeper thing that you may be going through about loving yourself. And for those of you that think that that's a little bit touchy feely, that's not the only thing we went over. I also talked about confidence and all of the things that go into self. What am I trying to say? Imposter syndrome, and then how to fix imposter syndrome. So, if you like this topic and you want to learn more about it from my perspective, from a high performance perspective, so that you can understand it and actually make lasting changes, then wherever you are watching this video, I am going to leave a link, or listening on the podcast, I'm going to leave a link for you to go and get the free class that's really going to take you more in depth into what it is that I'm teaching here. And secondarily, if you've already been trying on your own to try to get over these things, or you know that you need help, then you can check out what we do here at the Lynn Group and see if there's any way that we can help you to work with you on an individual basis, or maybe if your team needs help, work with your team to help you guys approach life more confidently, more competently, and squelch this imposter syndrome thing for good. All right, so that is the end of today's Mindset Monday episode. It's a little tongue tied today, but hopefully you see the value in the information that I provided for you. And I will talk to you next week. Take care. Bye.